hey there, all you funny jerks, come talk to Dan about your work. Tell him all about your worst times. It's the art of bombing.
The one show that haunts me, though, I was asked to perform for the 101st Airborne when they came back from Afghanistan. And it was a huge honor because I come from a military family, and just to be asked to perform there, I was like, man, this is a great honor. And so I took the gig. I should have done a little bit more homework about what the gig was and what to expect the gig was, because I found out that it was a general's ball. And even though we've talked about clean comedy, I'll just let you know, most generals do have balls. Every time they come back, it's a big party. They always throw balls. Anyway, I digress again. But the whole thing was really to celebrate the fact that they came back, and in that particular instance, there was no life loss for the 101st when they were over serving and doing their part in Afghanistan. They came back as a unit the same unit that left came back, and everything was great. And so they throw a big party. They celebrate. And I'm like, okay, this is so cool to be part of this. But then it didn't take me long to realize that the soldiers and their spouses and everybody, they were there to party because they were back home.
Yeah.
And they were waiting for the general to say, okay, the bar is open. After that, it didn't matter what was said, what was done, and I remember I got up and I started in and got some. I one of these guys, and I always preach it. Make sure you hit hard with a really good laugh to start out with, so that then they want to go on the journey with you just for the rest of the show. I hit with a really good laugh, and everybody was having a great time. Got to about my third bit in the show, and they were already done. They're like, okay, that was funny. Now we want to party, get off the stage so we can party. And there was this woman, one of a wife or a girlfriend or somebody of one of the soldiers, comes walking up to the stage and says, oh, can I have the mic for a minute? And I was like, oh, well, okay, I suppose, mostly because I was afraid to say no, because she came in with people who know how to use guns. And so I was like, yeah, I suppose. She took the mic, pulled it off the cord, and walked away with it.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, well, all right.
I think that might have been the first time I've ever heard that ever happening.
And so I was like, okay, in my brain, real quick, I'm thinking, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? Well, after I was supposed to do my set, they were going to have dancing. The microphone wasn't mine. The microphone was the DJ's, who was going to be doing the dancing piece afterwards. Well, he walks out and gives me another microphone. And as he hands it to me, he's like, don't give this one away. I'm like, no, I've learned my lesson there. I'm not doing that again. And so, yeah, I was like, no, I'll keep this one. But yeah, it was very clear at that point that the only people listening from that point on were the general and the upper officers that were at a very select table up front. And there was probably in that group, there was maybe 30 out of the 1,200 people were right at that upper front table.
Yeah.
They were the only ones. So literally I did a private show for them, and the rest of the room was talking and drinking, and it was chaos.